Introduction to the composition of two functions. We have seen that if we have two functions, f of x and g of x, we can treat them as the more complicated instructions, but we can also think about them as simply numbers. We took advantage of that to combine functions using the traditional arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We can also take advantage of the more complicated structure of a function to create a new operation. The idea here is to take advantage of the fact that g of x is a number. And when we want to evaluate f of x, we want to evaluate it at any number we'd like. We can substitute in something else here, even something like g of x. This is what it means to take a composition of functions. You want to evaluate one function at the value of another function. So if we have some simple functions, we can think about this in a couple of different ways. Let's start off with an example involving some numbers. F of g of 4. Working using the order of operations from the inside out, the first thing we want to do is figure out g of 4. I'll come off to the side and just look at that. G of 4, going through the arithmetic, is 8. So I can replace g of 4 with its value 8 and realize this problem is really asking me to find f of 8. And knowing what f of x looks like, I can plug in 8 for x there. To get that f of g of 4 is 21. One thing that I want to pay attention to is that order of composition matters. So let's look at a similar problem. I'm going to use these same two functions. Only this time, instead of f of g of 4, let's take a look at g of f of 4. Again, following the order of operations, the first thing I want to do is break that inside bit out. Let's take a look at f of 4. And just running through the arithmetic, f of 4 is 13. So this problem is really asking us to calculate g of 13. And once again, going quickly through the arithmetic there, g of 13 is 35. Let's make this thing look like a 3. There we go. All right. Function composition is a new kind of operation that we can do when we have functions that doesn't make any sense with the simpler structures of algebra that you have studied up to this point. And because of that, it opens up a number of interesting new possibilities.